Alright, welcome to the gameplay guide of Chaosmon and the ACCEL archetype deck. Here we are going first, and we're going to go ahead and mulligan just because we don't have a rookie to work with. So ideally, if we're going first, we want to see at least a rookie, and there's a lot of good applications because we can always choose to digivolve for one, which is pretty much all the rookies I'm running in this deck. And then we want to kind of climb towards our stack potentially with our 4s and our 5s and our 6s to sort of establish our combos. So this looks a lot better with this hand. Of course, ultimatechaosmon being the fantastic starter just to put the opponent right at 1, and we can begin to start cycling and finding the pieces that we need in the following turn. We're playing against Chaosmon, so it is also pretty heavy setup on their end. They can go for really explosive turns, and they can create an immune board, which is going to be very difficult for us to overcome. So we want to take advantage to try to rush them down as quickly as we can, and it's a little bit of a race when it comes to this. We don't want to give them too much time. So we're going to go ahead and use ultimatechaosmon to grab the Valdur, which is the lowest 6 stack we're going to be missing and we're going to be needing. And then we're going to use Analog Youth to continue and find pieces, and then finish it off with a Falcomon in the back, which is something I really like about all these ACCEL trait rookies in the deck, is that we can always choose to digivolve for one alongside with the ultimatechaosmon, which can do exactly the same. So we can actually just choke the opponent to as little memory as possible. Here it looks like they're actually going to go into this full combo line, which is actually pretty scary. They can actually just hard drop a Ganku and then climb all the way up to a Chaosmon and potentially just clear our board, swing security all at the same time, with Savior Huck being able to pop away the Uko when no longer to use its value anymore, which I generally like to keep it on the board just to, hopefully that we can continue to find more pieces. But I guess I should have chipped away with the Uko right there, especially if I know the fact that they're going to try to go into this Chaosmon play. But it's sometimes hard to predict because you don't know when they have it or when they don't. Chances are they have situations where they may not have it, but they also have quite a high chance that they could have it. So it's pretty 50-50 when it comes to this. Now it looks like the opponent didn't choose to attack into us. I think it's just because they are afraid a little bit that we have strong bodies in our security, which we indeed do run quite a number of level 7s with 15k. And if they don't have a Sistermon to play out, that would probably be the reason why they didn't go for the attack. Because if they could have went for the attack, play out a Sistermon, then they could have allianced with the 3 checks all together and then establish a decent board out there. So it looks like they're not able to achieve that crazy combo there. This gives us the opportunity to actually go and try to clear their board since they don't have any immunity. They have 2 big level 6s, which we have to respect before attacking into them, because they can always go into the Blast Digivolve of Chaosmon GX, which will instantly just delete our stack. So we're going to climb up into the Liamon and then into Loader Leomon, and I'm going to continue to DP reduce the Gankumon at this particular moment because there's a chance for me to actually get rid of everything else. I'm going to go into the Bancho Leo, D-Digivolve 2 on their big stack, and then minus another 5k down to Ganku, and at this point Ganku should be down at 1000 DP. And then we also get to suspend down everything with Valdur, so then we can potentially attack right into that Bauhakmon afterwards and clear their board. So I'm not going to use the effect of Valdur to attack there just yet because, again, there's still the Ganku. We need to pay respect to the ace just in case. We don't want to give them a free, Evo to get into it. So we're going to go ahead and DNA. We're going to give a lot of memory to the opponent's side. We don't have Singularity of Chaos to utilize to help us reduce our play cost any further. So we are giving the opponent like 6 memory to work with, but at least this stops all on play effects from them from searching, stops any unsuspending as well, and hey, at least we cleared everything off their board. A little bit of a mistake here. Looks like the opponent accidentally bomb decked the cards from Master to Disciple, which should have been trashed. Although it doesn't matter too much and didn't really affect the game state too much here anyways. We're in a really good position at this moment and we can continue to chip away their security. We are giving them a little bit of value. They have 2 boosts, 1 Master Disciple, and they can potentially climb all the way up here again if they can find everything they need. But it looks like they're still missing some certain pieces to pull off their combo that they need to. Even though we don't have that Singularity of Chaos so that we can continue to spit out the 2 bodies and play again, the fact that we still have the Valdur arm on our board is exerting a lot of pressure. It's continuously attacking and doing a lot of damage. It has 2 redirects. It can continue to DP reduce the opponents. So it's not that bad. We don't always need to rely on that option, which we'll probably get to see later in this gameplay anyways on how it kind of works all together. And here, again, they just can't find what they need. They're not able to climb up any further now. I guess looking back, maybe they should have found ways to keep their Savior Hux in their hand or something like that. But here at this moment, there's no blocker. There's nothing that needs to be afraid of to be threatening, even an ace. We can just go ahead and finish it off by attacking into them, essentially with the Chaosmon Valdur arm, and then use the Deer Tree on the side to finish the game off. Okay, so for the next game, we're facing off against Digimon, which definitely has a bit of support from BT20, so it's going to be interesting to see right here. And we are going second, and I decided to keep this hand just because I was like, okay, there's a Uko that I can work with. Really powerful search card for the deck, secondary rookie as well, but kind of not finding the rest I need. So I kind of relied just on that one card, and I end up actually just hard slapping this Liomon on the board, which doesn't really do too much, but I felt like, you know what, I don't have a rookie. I can't really just fully rely on the Uko to bank on it, so at least get something on the board, give the opponent a little bit more memory, because then otherwise I'll be passing without playing anything on the board. But at least the next turn, if they don't get rid of this Liomon on board, I can at least Digivolve into the Chromon and then possibly into like a Bancholeo or even into the Valdurmon afterwards. They're going to go into a Dex Dorugamon and cycle through, draw cards, and also gain memory and still keep turn right here. So then they can continue to play and end with a Rook device, and they even have Kosuke set up. So now there's a memory setter. We're going to have to continue to play a little bit more, and it's going to extend our plays as well for sure, so we can do more things during our turn. It's going to accelerate the game state here too. So like I said, since I have 3 memory, might as well go into the Chromon, and I'm actually going to go ahead and swing over the Dex Dorugamon. But the thing is, it does have extra DP thanks to the Rook device. It does go all the way up to 9k matching exactly to us, but nice thing is that we have barrier to keep our Chromon in the battle so that you cannot get deleted. And then now we can go into the Valdurmon, and then with Valdurmon allowing us to pump up our Ukomon to also swing over that other Digimon on the side and get rid of everything they have. And they have no rookies here, so we can actually, they have to start fresh. But they do have the Scramble, which gives them a bit of a comeback right here. They can go ahead and stack the Doru, play out the other Doru, search and grab what they need there too. And of course, finding the rookie that's stacked on the top that they probably needed to continue to build their stack in the back as well. The situation looks okay. We can try to look for a DNA play potentially if we do find our Valdur arm, or if we had a Valdur arm in our hand, we can, you know, go for Bancholeo as well. And they do continue to search and find pieces with their Dorus. So the thing is, we don't have a rookie in the back that we can just push out, otherwise Uko would be super value for us. So we're going to continue to attack, and then we're going to DP reduce things just to get rid of that Doru, clear some bodies off the board. We want to have those little rookies because we don't want them to chip into us. They probably would. And then we're just going to have to end the turn with going into TK. I was really deciding between grabbing the Valdur arm from security or the rookie, but I felt like, you know what, I might need the rookie a bit more, and I feel like I'm confident enough that I have another Valdur arm in my hand that I can utilize anyways. So I'm pretty in a good position as well to make that play, and I'm pretty good and I'm ready to go for it when I need to. Still, it would be nice because then with Falcomon, we could have at least like Digivolve in the back, and then hopefully they don't get rid of our stack just yet. So they're getting hard play the Cyberdramon. Cyberdramon, unfortunately, is not going to play out any Tamers on that side, but that's working out for us. They get to return stuff back to the top or the bottom. But since they don't have a Tamer present on the board during the time, they're not going to be able to de-Digivolve us as well. So this is going to be really good for us, because now I have the Singularity of Chaos, plus the Bancholeo, plus the Valdur arm in my hand. I can go for a potential like board wipe here. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with Valdurmon first. But this is the moment I realized I forgot. Oh yeah, not only Cyberdramon's the ace, the new Justy ace is also a thing for sure. And then they get to last Digivolve into it. Of course, they're not going to block just because we have higher DP than it. Keep in mind, we did also DP reduce it, but with Justimon Ace, it also has immunity from Digimon effects for this entire turn too as they get into it. So questioning if we should really go for that Chaosmon play, but I still decide to go for it anyways, just because I feel like I can clear off all the other bodies and try to get a bit more value and sustain myself. I'm going to tuck the Singularity underneath Ukomon, although I have the plan or intention that I could possibly just DNA myself all over again, because if I leave the option underneath, I have a second Valdur arm that I can work with, which is nice too. But let's just clear off that Dorumon, swing attack, gain memory back, keeping our turn here still, and then we'll pass them perfectly back to 3 with yellow memory boost to search. Gonna go ahead and grab the Liamon just so we can use some DP reduction, and also like making sure that we have Barrier in our stack as well if we want to go into that level 4 route afterwards. But now we're in a good position. The opponent can't unsuspend, can't use their on-play effects, so this is gonna help us out, like keep us in the game, and that kind of also prevents them from using the Justimon X to like potentially maybe OTK us with multiple swings, because they can actually get rid of a lot of checks in one go. They could possibly swing twice if the unsuspending was enabled, and then they could even finish us off with another Justimon X antibody to actually rush and swing. So pretty dangerous position, and for sure they want to stay in defensive. So if they decide to attack, they can de-digivolve us, but looks like they don't want to attack. They just want to go ahead and Mind Link and hard play the Cyberdramon Ace, probably threatening another potential Justimon Ace to stop our attacks in the next turn. They're not going to be able to use this on-play effect to cycle and search for stuff anyways, so they won't be able to de-digivolve us, which Chaos Valdurmon is really good at, like stopping these kind of plays, which is really cool. And then it's going to come back to us, and we should have enough attacks to really finish this off. Thinking of how we want to play around, if they might have any other aces up their sleeve that could be tricky, maybe Shadow Seraphi, I'm not too sure, that could be a thing, but we're going to suspend them down. We're going to try to utilize and maybe just go ahead and attack, and then DP reduce the Cyberdramon Ace first, so they're not going to be able to blast into us, and then we gain Ace Overflow, and then we can finish the game off. Alright, so in this game, we're facing off against Purple Hybrid. We're going to take it up a notch and see if we can face against one of the best decks of this format. And honestly, I feel like Chaosmon and ACCEL trait really has really good potential. And I'd say it's relatively fairly decently competitive, or at least it can certainly face off against quite a number of competitive decks throughout my playtesting. But anyways, let's go here and get right into it. We are going second. I did have a rookie to work with, but I was just like, all the other cards are going to be rough. If I don't find a level 4 off of it, it's going to be tough, and I don't really want to just hard slap the Liamon just to search and not get the pieces I need. So I decided to go for a mulligan, which turned out actually better. So thankful for that for sure. So then we can continue to actually go for the Ukumon play if we need to find pieces. We also have a yellow scramble, which actually might be fairly important in this matchup because of Purple Hybrid being able to mill the opponents out. That can be a scary thing, and that is a card that can potentially help us prevent us from losing the game, which is going to be pretty important. So it looks like the opponent starts off a little rough there with Purple Memory Boost and not going to be able to find what they need either at all. So we can just go ahead and go into Uko. We're going to go ahead and go for Analog Youth and search a ton. And I felt like, you know what? It's okay to give them a lot of memory to work with here, just because I felt like there's nothing much they can really do. They're still trying to set up. So we can have a body on the board and we can start actually attacking, or maybe start climbing up anyways, since I don't have any other cards to play realistically afterwards too. So now pushing up with Uko, definitely going to go for the search, finding the pieces that we need, grabbing the Liamon now here so we have a secondary rookie to work off in the back if we need to, and then we can continue to play more Analog Use to continue to search. Grabbing our Chaosmon, we just need to find our pieces, we're gathering as we go. Arguably, I probably should have swung here into their security to establish a little bit of momentum, but a few things, the reason I didn't want to was I don't want to give them more value with Tamers this early or in that moment just yet. I want to, save it when I'm ready to actually go for attacks when I have board control. Also, I was a little bit greedy on the fact that I felt like the Ukumon could have just stayed, and then I could be able to search and find more cards this way, which really, luckily that happened for me in the case. But the reason why I should have swung is that if they had a Dustmon in their hand, they could have easily went on top of Koichi that previous turn, and then go into their Vargamon combo and cleared my board, and I'll have nothing there. So in the end, at this moment, I felt like, okay, you know what? They probably have the Dustmon here at this point. I don't want to buy myself any more time. So I just went ahead and basically chipped away and start attacking the security. I went into Chromon right here, using its one Digivolving effect to allow me to attack, which thankfully running into the Medieval was really good there, because it allows me to use Analog Youth to hatch my egg, gain a little memory back, and re-establish my momentum here once again. I can Digivolve all the way up with a stack in the back right here, so I'm ready to go the next turn. Finding Chaos' Singularity is great, so then we need it and use our option. Now they are going to start going to their Dustmons and start basically attacking into Valdur and so on, and start milling us out a little bit there too. And that's not too bad, because I felt like we're a little bit ahead at the moment. They only have 2 security left. We can potentially actually go for some big plays, and finish the opponents off and actually start attacking into them. And even using Chaosmon with Chaos Singularity, we can really control the board and stop anything just because we have the potential to suspend their tamers and we prevent them from unsuspending at all as well. So it looks like they're going to go for the Valgurmon attacks and then finishing off deleting itself at the end of attack as well, playing their tamer back out here, and they can continue to start looping over and over, but they might be missing a few pieces, I think, at the moment to continue. They definitely need another Dustmon, which they're not able to find. So, I mean, the purple memory boost does it right there. Maybe they could have just cracked their other memory boost on the side, because now they put us to 1. This gives us a chance to actually make another potential comeback play. We're going to go ahead and really need the other level 6, and I was like, you know what, this is a good opportunity, because I'm going to go ahead and stack the Valdurmon, and I'm going to play out the Liomon so I can search and get the maximum delay effect of Yellow Scramble. And now I'm pretty much all ready to go to climb into my Chaosmon if I need to, because I'm going to push out the Loader Leo. And I think here I probably should have made a better play, because I felt like maybe I could have swung with the Loader Leo. Maybe when I went to Valdur, I should have swung with the Bancho Leo. Keep in mind the Liomon can't attack because it was just played this turn as well. The Valdurmon can't attack either, but I was trying to see like, oh, maybe I might have lethal there. But I felt like the situation was fine anyways. I had the board all under control, even though I'm giving the opponent quite a bit of memory to work with. But that's totally fine, because I need to get into the Chaosmon Valdur arm. By getting into it, I can suspend down their other 2 tamers, gain the memory back, and now I can finish it off by swinging to 2 checks. And with Chaos Singularity in the next turn, I get to further trash their security, although it's going to go for those 2 checks, which is a little bit unfortunate here, because it gave them quite a bit of value to work with, hitting into Jack Raid, hitting into a Koichi, but they're not going to be able to use their on-play effects, but it does give them that tamer to work with. I felt like, you know what, they can't finish us off really. They can't really just attack into us, because I have like 2 redirects, and if they try to remove my Chaosmon, I always have Partition to play out the 2 other bodies, so that I can further disrupt them again. And I felt like this is in the bag, because if they can't find any way to sort of like figure out this turn and even push for the game and attack into our security, we're just going to finish them off. They have no defense. That's purple hybrid. They're not going to be able to stop our attacks either. And how much effects do you really have that can really delete us? They have that 1 Dustmon to work with. And with that Dustmon, I mean, they could change our Liomon to purple, but it looks like they target our Analog Youth instead. So that got me wondering, is like, okay, why wouldn't you change Liomon to purple, swing with Valgurmon, and then you should be able to mill enough different colors at this moment to actually pump yourself up with equal or at least higher DP. But I mean, 15k Chaosmon is still pretty strong. So at this moment, I realized what their plan was actually. And I said it in the beginning. Oh my goodness. They're about to mill us out, because by doing that, we have currently 5 different colors on the board: yellow, green, black, purple analog that's upside down, and analog itself, which is white. So that's 5 colors. And that means they just need to get into Valgurmon 3 times this turn. And by doing so, we have less than 15 cards left in our deck anyways. So they're all going to be trashed away. And oh my goodness. Oh no, this is gonna be scary. It's like, can they pull it off? You know, they have those combos. They're going to Dustmon now. Now they change another color, so they're gonna start milling 6 instead. I guess there's no need to attack with the Dustmon to go into Valgurmon after all. You know, with the Chaosmon downside here, a lot of the cards that we have are dual color. We set up a lot of tamers with the Analog Youth. Now we're just totally getting punished by having so many things on our side. They even go for calling to delete their own stack so they can grab multiple of their Valgurmons back, and yeah, they don't need to attack. They can just Digivolve on top of their tamers bit by bit, even though they are suspended. We're just gonna get milled out. Now we have like 6 right there gone, and our deck is running pretty thin. They just finish it off going into another one, and there's nothing we can do. Chaosmon only stops them from on play and unsuspending. So we basically lose all our cards, and all they have to do is just pass turn. And this is the funny thing. I was actually thinking here, oh, at the end of turn, Single Chaos still triggers, meaning that I get to partition out, and then with Valdurmon's effect and Bancholeomon's effect, does that mean I get to attack? I feel confidently that I can't, just because like you can't really declare an attack during the opponent's turn, because that's kind of like just weird game mechanics overall. But we're always just discussing right here. It'd be pretty funny if I was able to attack off of Valdurmon effect at the end of opponent's turn before my turn even begins. But yeah, looks like they got it. We're really, really close, but we definitely get them next time.